Man pretending to be a family member kidnaps young teen from school. What does he do next? More after this. Hello everyone and welcome back to AG's Point of View, where I give you my analysis of the most popular topics in the world today. In today's video, we have a grown man pretending to be a family member kidnapping a young girl from school. Before I dive into the details of the video, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to AG's Point of View. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well to bring more awesome, loving, and wonderful people over. Similar to yourself. I'm on normal subscribers. Thanks for coming back. I'm diving in. A 43-year-old man, James Paulette, was arrested and charged with kidnapping a 13-year-old girl from Cross Keys Middle School. Paulette falsely claimed to be a relative of the girl and took her home to play video games, but she was later found safe, and the school district is reevaluating its safety measures. Now, it also says the 43-year-old man, James Paulette, that, obviously he went to the school. This happened on a Tuesday morning, this past Tuesday, okay? And falsely claimed to be the relative, lied about a death in the family to get the staff to release the student to him. So essentially, he went to the school and said someone in the family died and that he needed to pick her up and take her on and, do what they had to do. And the school was like, okay, that's cool. No record of the guy, nothing. They just let her go. You know what I mean? So now this gentleman has a prior federal drug conviction, admitted that he took the girl so that he could play video games at his house. All right, so it's a short story. I'm gonna, put the link in the description. That way you guys can look at it and read it. I got questions. Hopefully I got answers for the questions. At least I got an opinion. So we're gonna start with that. But first and foremost, we got a grown-ass man, 43 years old, going to a school, all right, and basically taking a 13-year-old girl out just to go home and play video games with her. What the hell are you taking a 13-year-old girl out of school just to go home and play video games with her? Nah, fam, that ain't adding up. To me, that ain't adding up. Yeah, you may not be a killer. You may not be going out here and, doing all the wild, crazy stuff. But trust, bro, it's a lot more than we just went home to go play video games. It's way more than that. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I think he took her home. They wanted to play video games. I think he was basically grooming her. And eventually he was going to make his mark. He was trying to get her comfortable with him. You know what I'm saying? And, do what he needed to do. And I think he was going to dive in and, have intercourse with the young lady, get her drunk. You know what I'm saying? Or taking some drugs or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't put anything by anyone. The fact that a 43-year-old man is picking up a 13-year-old child just to go play video games, no, that ain't adding up. That definitely ain't adding up. Maybe it's me. Am I wrong? Leave a comment down below if I'm wrong, okay? If I'm right, leave a comment down below. Let me know you agree with me. Yeah, man, this is crazy because at the end of the day, I have a 14-year-old child. My daughter just turned 14. And for someone to go to her school, okay, pick her up. Hell, I can't even go to her school, and I'm her daddy, to pick her up from school. Because you got to be put on a list. And if you ain't on the list, then you ain't picking her up, right? So, obviously, I'm not on the list. You know what I mean? Now, I'm dad. If I wanted to be put on the list, hey, I could be put on the list if I had to go over there and do what I had to do. And in an emergency, they will call in advance, you know what I'm saying? And, they will go from there. And obviously she can say, yeah, that's my dad. We good. You know what I mean? They've seen me at the school before. So, yeah, it's obvious that, you know what I mean, we are family. But I'm not, listen, unless a parent is around, a mom, a dad, you know what I'm saying, grandmom, somebody of that nature or whatever, and that 13-year-old child wants to play a video game with me, we need adults around. I don't get into all that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go home, that child can go home and be like, you know, feel some type of way about something and then say some foul stuff or say some, you know, some fly stuff. And who are they going to believe? They're going to believe the child. They obviously going to believe the child right away. And the reason why they would believe the child is because they don't believe in the father. They have no faith in the father. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? People always are going to have those questions in their head and the question marks in their head. Now, I'm not just saying you're going to say that I did some wrong stuff, because anyone that knows me knows that I'm not on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? But again, there's other people out here that we thought that wasn't on that type of time actually went out there and did it. Now, I'm not convicting myself and saying I will go out there and do it, because I'm not. But I'm just saying we could all say that we innocent. I say all that to say we all say that we innocent. But, you know, things happen. People do things that they don't, you know, they shouldn't do. And, you know, they get caught up and, you know, it goes from there. But, you know, it's just not a situation. It's not a good situation all around. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't advise adults to be wanting to play video games with little kids at their own place by themselves. Like, nah. Go get another adult, okay, and play the video games with them. You know what I'm saying? Then in that case, you know what I mean, that adult, I wouldn't have had a problem with this story if main man would wanted to play the video game with the little girl and her dad was there or her mom was there. Okay, cool. Mom and dad is there. Some weird stuff go on. Okay, mom and dad can address it right there on the spot. Now, if mom and dad is douchebags, then okay, then we got a bigger problem. Okay? So, I mean, overall, man, this story, it just caught me by surprise. When I looked at it, you know what I mean? You know, obviously it triggered me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got a 14-year-old daughter, you know, that's in school and doing her thing. And, you know, I swore an oath to make sure that she's safe and protected. I'm going to have her in the right places and doing the right things. And, you know, hopefully everything works itself out and, you know, she never encounters anything that, you know, life will want to bring to her. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully she gets all the good things out of life. You know what I mean? That she shines and have, you know, her light is able to shine and, you know, everything is great for her and she get all her favor from God. So, you know, that's my hope for her. You know what I mean? None of the bad stuff that's coming. That, you know, hopefully God will block all that and everything will be good for her. But I just wanted to bring that to y'all. It's just like, I just find it that don't be surprised if it's not more people out here doing types of things. The fact that you gotta lie just to get her out, let me know that you had a whole bunch of devious shit that you wanted to do. Right? Now, who's to say, I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick, because I don't keep y'all forever. Devil's advocate real quick. Who's to say that this little girl didn't put him up to this? Because she didn't want to go to school. She didn't want to be in school. So therefore, he went in there and did what he did and didn't do anything to her, but she just wanted to stay home and play video games. What's to say that didn't happen too? You know what I mean? It's not always the adult that's at the fault right here. Sometimes it could be the child. And at the end of the day, the final decision is made by the adult, whether they did it or they didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So we are responsible for what we do, for our actions and so forth and so on. And the fact that if it was a young girl telling him to do X, Y, and Z, okay, and he fell for it, then he's a weak-ass individual. He's a weak adult, and he can't be trusted. So, I mean, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You might as well go out here, do the right thing, okay? Go about everything, check all the boxes, follow all the proper protocols, do what you need to do, okay? And you want to worry about going to prison, having a $500,000 bail, okay? Now you in school, now you in prison for kidnapping. So, you know, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's just 2025, and this is this crazy, crazy world. This is exactly how it is. So, Do me a favor. Keep an eye on your kids. Keep a close eye on your kids. Always know what's going on, okay? Don't just send them somewhere. Ask questions, you know what I'm saying? What about this? What about this? What about that? What about that? You know what I'm saying? So, feel free to get in their business. I mean, at the end of the day, it's our job to protect and serve and make sure that they're safe. You know what I'm saying? So if we're doing our jobs, then they're safe. Everything is good with them. We ain't got no worries. So, and they're happy and everything is cool. You know what I'm saying? You want people coming in the house the same way they went out the house. Okay? Safe and sound and healthy. So it is what it is. But keep your head on the swivel because it's a cold, cold world out here. All right? But with that being said, if you like what you've heard, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button as well to bring more awesome, loving, and wonderful people over. Similar to yourself. All my normal subscribers, thanks for coming back. All my new subscribers, welcome. Welcome to Abe G's Point of View, the channel where I give you a current event and I essentially read it to you, kind of give you the story per se, and give you my opinion on it. That's why it's POV, point of view. This is my point of view, how I think. You know what I'm saying? If I'm off, if I'm wrong, hopefully you learn something positive from me. But if I'm off and I'm wrong, quite sure you guys will check me in the comment section below. So, we go from there. But I thank you guys for watching the video. Oh, before I exit stage left, come visit me on my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube Shorts, Facebook. I'm gonna start posting a lot more on TikTok now that it's a safe app to use, and now it's not going to be taken down every 2 minutes. I'll be posting a little bit more over there. Obviously, some things from here, but I may make some different videos for TikTok than I do for over here. So a lot of the times I'll put something that I did over here on YouTube and put it on TikTok because that audience is two different audiences. So, I can go from there and do it like that. But with that being said, I love every single one of y'all. Keep your eyes on your kids, protect them, keep them safe at all times. Know what they're doing, okay? And basically pray over them. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that, the good Lord is carrying them throughout the day and everything will be fine. I love every single one of y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
To the scene, I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting, they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Fitting in, I'ma stand out. I done seen these crash out. They some baby boys, I'm the man now. They was questioning, make them fans now. I'm the best in my league and that's hands down.